Hey guys, so in this short video, I just wanted to quickly go through all the 5 different types of sampling you need to be aware of. And I'm going to go through some keywords that help you figure out between them, or differentiate between them even. So starting with option A, the population is split into groups and a proportional representation of the different groups is selected. So straight off the bat, the fact that a proportional representation, that points towards stratified sampling. So what is an example of stratified sampling? It's, let's say you have 3 groups of students, maths, physics and science, and out of 1,000 of them, you're selecting 50 of them for a competition, then you're only picking a proportionate amount. For example, if like half of the 1,000 people, so if 500 out of them do maths already, then in your sample of 50, you're going to take 25 that are going to do maths, if that makes sense. So it's a proportional representation. That's what stratified sampling is. Option B, every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. Now, this is the one that's most non-biased. It's the best accurate representation, but just quickly go through it. It will be simple random sampling, but the reason it's not often used is it's not convenient. It takes a lot of time. Often it's also pretty expensive. For example, again, if we had 1,000 people, you'd have to go and ask each of the individual 5,000 people, which again is quite time intensive. Moving on to option C, a convenient sample is taken from any members of the population at any time. So the key thing here is the word convenience. That's an example of that is, let's say there's a gym owner and he wanted to check whether his equipment was good, but he's only free between 12:30 and 1 p.m. every single day. If he only samples in that time, that's not representative of the whole day, because only a specific type of person comes during that time. Maybe someone's on their lunch break, or maybe someone who doesn't really work and therefore they can't go due to their lunch break. There's all these sort of scenarios, and that's what we call opportunity sampling. The fact that you do it at one specific time, but not representative of all individual times. A repetitive system uses to select a sample from the population. So the word repetitive and the word system sort of points towards systematic sampling. An example is, let's say you have 1,000 people again, and you go through each person sitting on a hall and you select every 8th person to compete in a sample, if that makes sense. That's what repetitive and systematic sampling points towards. The population is split into groups and a certain number from each group is chosen in any order. Yeah, so that's quota. And the key sort of takeaways here is that it's split into individual groups. So people are split into, let's say, group A, group B, group C, group D, and you only pick out like 3 or 4 people from each individual group. That's what we call quota sampling, is to fill a quota. Hopefully that goes through all of them and gives you a bit clearer of an idea of how to differentiate between them. Again, I'd really focus on these keywords, like repetitive system always comes up for systematic sampling. The one that's most non-biased is always simple random sampling. So in this case, that was option B. If there's proportional groups, that's stratified sampling. If there's a convenient sample taken at one specific time of the day, that's opportunity sampling. That's when you get the opportunity to take the sample. And I'd say the last one is the hardest, when you split into groups. But then quota is sort of means that you want to fit in a specific quota. So it makes sense that you only take a specific amount from each group. Thanks for watching.